Hi, thanks for joining me today. This video is going to focus on some work for our core by engaging our internal and external oblique muscles in some spinal twists. So anytime we do a twist, we're really engaging these muscles that wrap around the side of the body, and those are part of our core muscles. It's not just the abdominal muscles in the back and the back, or abdominal muscles in the front and then the back muscles in the back of the body. It's also the muscles that wrap around the sides. So that's what we're going to focus on today. You don't need anything special except something to put your hands on for a forward bend. So if you have yoga blocks, great. If you don't have yoga blocks, you can use a small stool or a sturdy chair or a bench or anything that you have that will let you lightly rest a hand for support. So starting in our mountain pose, so feet hip distance apart, find your grounded foundation first. Think of lifting the toes, spread the toes, place the toes down on the mat, lift the inner arch of the foot while still keeping that connection with the front of the foot, the toes. Think of the kneecaps lifting, the sternum lifting, crown of the head lengthening up, collarbones wide, shoulders relaxing, tailbone lengthening down, energy down through the heels, down through the soles of the feet. So couple breaths here. You can close the eyes if you'd like. Just connect with your breath. Full inhales and exhales. Breathing gently in and out of the nose. Think of filling the lungs from the bottom to the top with your inhale. Releasing the breath from the top of the lungs to the bottom with your exhale. So keeping that steady flow, that's the most important part of our practice today, is always having that steady flow with your breath. So if the eyes are closed, gently let the eyes open. Inhale, float the arms all the way up and overhead. Bring the palms together. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. So do just a little warm up for the upper body here. So inhale, float the arms all the way up and overhead. If it feels okay, you can look up. And then exhale again, hands to the heart. Good, one more time, just like that. Inhale, float the arms all the way up and overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart. So now we're going to add a little twist. So inhale, float the arms all the way up. As you exhale, twist to your right. Let your left hand come in front, right hand come behind you. And just think of letting the whole torso turn, at this point. And then inhale, float the arms all the way up and overhead. That was a tongue twister. Exhale, twist to the right. Left hand in front, Right hand in front, left hand behind you. Twist to the left. Inhale again, back to center. So a couple more times like that. So just think of letting the whole torso twist to the side and come back to center. And then exhale, twisting to your left and back up to center. Now this time when you twist, keep the hips square forward and just twist more through these internal and external obliques. So arms float up, exhale, just twisting to the right. Again, think of keeping those hips facing forward. So you should feel that more in those core muscles, and then float the arms all the way up and overhead as you untwist, and then twist to your left, and only go as far as it feels comfortable for you. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, again, twisting to the right. So now we've fixed a part of the body. We've had the hips stay level, and we're asking the upper body to still turn. So again, you may not turn as far, that's fine. And then come back up to center. Bring the palms together. Exhale again, bring the hands to the heart. And then float the arms all the way up and overhead. This time, keeping the arms extended up. Send the knees out over the toes, sit bones behind you, come to a chair pose. So you can modify the position of the arms here. You can bring the arms straight forward. You can even keep your hands at your hips for this chair pose. Think of the lowest ribs drawing towards the hips, the tailbones lengthening, so we're not overarching this lower back. We're keeping that more neutral spine here. Inhale and exhale. Now press into the feet. Come all the way back up to your extended mountain pose. And then once again, exhale, send the sit bones back. Draw that lower belly in. Knees track towards that second and third toe. So again, make sure they track straight forward, not winging in or out. Inhale and exhale. Then press into the feet. Once again, come all the way back up. And then exhale again, come to that chair pose. Now this time, taking it into a twist. So bring your left hand to your sacrum, right hand to the outside of that left knee. Rotate the torso, just like we were doing a moment ago. Think of rotating the ribs those internal and external oblique muscles around to your left. Lengthen through the crown of the head. This right knee might come a little forward of the left. That's fine. Just make sure it doesn't wing in or out. And then come back to center, untwist, bring the palms together, bring the arms all the way up and overhead, reach up through the fingertips, and then exhale again, palms together, hands to the heart. Inhale, float the arms all the way up, come to that chair pose. So we're gonna take that twist on the other side. So let me just turn around so I'm not, don't have my back to you. So right hand to the sacrum, left hand outside the right knee. So rotate the torso now to the right. So thinking of these core muscles rotating us to the right, lengthen through the crown of the head. Again, maybe this knee tracks a little forward, that's okay. Inhale and exhale. Think of collarbones nice and wide. And then come back again to the center, palms together. Inhale, bring the arms all the way up and overhead. And then once again, bring the hands down to the heart. Pause here, inhale and exhale. Good, so come to the end of your mat if you're not already there. Have your chair or stool or your blocks close by. You're gonna add a little lunge and a lunge twist here. So inhale, float the arms all the way up. Palms together, exhale, fold all the way down, standing forward bend. Inhale, halfway up, nice length through the spine. Exhale, bend the knees, take your blocks beside the feet, or you can have your stool or your bench in front, hands to the blocks. Take a big step back with the right leg, lower the right knee down, uncurl the toes, press into the feet, float the arms all the way up and overhead. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. So same idea as we did with that chair twist. Bring your left hand, to your sacrum, right hand to the outside of the left knee. Twist to your left. Make sure that you're pressing the left knee out into that right arm so the knee doesn't collapse inward. Good. Inhale and exhale. Option, if you'd like, you can take different variation, place that right hand on your block and lift the back heel, maybe reach the arm up and overhead. So different variation of that twist. So whichever feels more stable here, or again, a little higher if you'd like. Inhale and exhale. So whichever variation you are doing, float that left arm down, move your blocks out of the way or your stool out of the way, both hands to the mat, curl the back toes under, lift the back knee, step back to downward facing dog. So feet hip distance apart, hands shoulders distance apart, press into the fingertips, maybe pedal through the feet here a little bit. Inhaling and exhaling. And then looking towards the hands, big step forward, right leg and left leg back to that standing forward bend. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold all the way down, float the arms out to the side. Inhale, come all the way up. Bring the palms together, hands to the heart. Pausing here, inhale and exhale. So we'll do that second side. So inhale, float the arms all the way up. Palms touch, exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, bend the knees, so hands to the block. This time step back with the left leg. So we'll take that twist to the second side. Release the left knee down and curl the toes. Press into the feet, float the arms all the way up and overhead. Inhale and exhale. So finding your foundation, press into all four corners of the front foot, the top of the back foot. Bring your right hand to your sacrum, left hand to the outside of the right knee. Press the right knee into that left hand as you twist to your right. Again, collarbones wide, so find that foundation. Maybe take it a little deeper if you'd like. Left wrist to the block, left hand to the block, lifting that back knee, press through the heel. Maybe that right arm floats up. Your option. Inhale and exhale. Again, think of that twist coming from those internal and external oblique muscles wrapping around the torso. And then release the hand back down, release the knee if you have it lifted. Blocks out of the way. Once again, let's step back to our downward facing dog. Right leg back beside the left. Maybe pedal through the feet. Inhaling and exhaling. And then very gently look towards the hands, take a few steps, little tiny steps, bend the knees, walk the feet forward and the hands a little back, come right to the center of your mat, forward bend, take hold of opposite elbows, let the crown of the head dangle down. You can do a little swing here if you'd like, swing and sway side to side. Then coming back to center, hands to the hinge of the hip, Press into the feet, draw the shoulder blades together, lengthen through the crown of the head. Come all the way up to stand, coming to the center of your mat. So take your blocks or your chair, and now let's put them in the center of the long side of our mat. I'm going to stack mine up nice and tall here. So again, if you have a stool or a chair or a couple blocks, step your feet wide to the side. Start by turning the toes towards the outside corners of your mat. Bring the hands to the inner thighs. Bend the knees so the knees are tracking towards the end of your mat. So nice deep squat here. Try to keep the knees from winging in. So bring those hands to the inner thighs. And then we'll just do a little shift side to side here. A little opening up for those hips and those inner thighs. And then come back to center, nice deep inhale. Exhale, send the right shoulder forward, left shoulder back, twisting and looking over that left shoulder. Keep pressing back through those inner thighs and knees, and then come back to center. Now left shoulder forward, right shoulder back, look behind you over that right shoulder. And then inhale again, back to center. One more time each side. Exhale, twisting to your left. Inhale, back to center and twisting to the right. And then come back to center. Straighten the legs. Turn the toes so they're facing the long end of your mat. Set up your blocks so that they're right in front of you. Find the hinge of the hip. Hinge forward. Nice flat back. Let your hands rest on your blocks or your chair. I'll turn sideways here so that you all can see better alignment here. So lengthen through the crown of the head, lowest ribs draw towards the hips. So coming into our twist here, right hand center of the block. Bring the left arm out to the side. So the lever of our arm will help us twist, but what we want to do is get this going from the core, not just from our arm. So start to rotate your core towards the left. Bring that left arm up, lengthening through the crown of the head. Inhale and exhale. Good. You can, if this doesn't work for your shoulder, you can rest your hand across your lower back, just like we did with that chair twist. Inhaling and exhaling. And then releasing, bring the left hand now to the center of the block, come back to neutral, lengthening through the crown of the head, and then left hand to the center. Again, rotate from the torso towards the right, and then let that right arm float up. Again, maybe you rest it across the lower back. Inhaling and exhaling. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Lowest ribs draw towards the hips, widen across the collarbones, twisting through the torso, and then slowly release that hand back down. Slowly let your elbows bend a little bit, soften the knees a little bit, take that forward bend maybe down a little further if you would like. Inhale and exhale. Think of keeping length in your back, not just collapsing through the upper back. Then come back to center, lengthen through the crown of the head, bring the hands back to your blocks or your chair, heel toe the feet back in to mountain pose, bend the knees, hands to the hips, press into the feet, come all the way up to your mountain. One more extended mountain, float the arms all the way up. Bring the palms together, bring the hands to the heart, close the eyes. Just notice how you feel. Check in with the rhythm of your breath. Check in with your foundation, how you're connecting to the earth. Notice how those core muscles feel after our twist. And as you're ready, very gently let the eyes open. So thank you so much for selecting this video today. I hope it helps you to engage those core muscles when you are twisting. Important part of stability for the spine is as we engage and get all these supportive core muscles is much better for our proper alignment of our spine. So do subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and please check out in the information section below about classes that I offer at Grey Horse Yoga, and I hope to see you sometime soon in the saddle or on the mat. Thanks, have a great day. Bye-bye.